A warm welcome to everybody today. Welcome to our Pageant Perspective podcast. This episode we are going beyond the sash, unveiling stories and celebrating the beauty of women. I'm so privileged today to have a panel of beautiful ladies here that we're going to be discussing the Diva Moms pageant, upcoming pageant that is coming up. So on my left hand side I've got Janine. Janine is going to introduce herself to everybody. Janine, over to you.
Thank you so much, Madeline. Good evening to the audience. My name is Janine de Veer. I'm a wife and mom and a granny. I'm also the director for Miss Diva Moms. I'm also the director for Gym Girls. And over and above that, I work for the Department of Justice, where I'm a court manager for Johannesburg Court. I'm an activist for no violence against women and children. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Janine, and thank you for your introduction. As the beauty pageant director, I love who you are, and I love your motto in life as well. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And today, and the next ladies on our panel, her name is Magdalene. She is Miss Diva Moms motivational speaker. Can you please introduce yourself to us? Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Magdalene Ngube. I come from Limpopo, from the rural villages of Limpopo. I came in Gauteng in 2020. I'm the woman who believes that anything is possible and you can achieve anything that you put your mind into. From the rural villages of Limpopo, today I'm here. I am also a court manager, like Mrs. Devere. I work for the Department of Justice. I love serving our people. And I am also now a storyteller. I am a speaker. I'm a motivational speaker. I belong to a club that is in Centurion, where I craft my speaking skills. So all that I want to say is that women, you have the power to do whatever that you want to do in this world. I thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Magdalene. And I think we are so privileged to have a motivational speaker as part of our panel. I am so looking forward to engaging with you in the future and on our podcast going forward.
Thank you.
Then I want to introduce you to our next finalist for Miss Diva Mom, Xavier. Can you please do us an honor and introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi everybody, my name is Xavier Whitecomb. I'm a proud single mom of 2 beautiful children. I'm from the area called Eden Park, born and bred in Eden Park, and I'm very excited to be part of being a pageant finalist of Miss Diva Mom 2024. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. Welcome, Xavier, and thank you for your introduction. I'm so looking forward to engaging with you and getting to know you, and I feel everybody would love to hear your journey as well and your views on being a Miss Diva Mom finalist. Thank you so much, guys. And now that we have introduced everybody, we want to get a feeling of what Miss Diva Mom is all about, and I want to get Miss Janine de Veer, Mrs. Janine de Veer, who is the pageant director, to just engage with us and tell us what made you decide to be on board of Diva Moms.
Thank you, Marilyn. It's an honor to be the director for Miss Diva Mom. It's Miss Diva Mom is more than just a beauty pageant. Basically, that's what we are here. It's because of Miss Diva Mom that we created this platform But this is where women go back and reclaim, redefine, and celebrate their unwavering strength and grace. And more so is that there was always a myth out there that as a woman you need to be a certain shape. Beauty starts within us. So if you look at the reason why I actually started Miss Diva Mom, is there's a lot of misperceptions about beauty pageants. And for me, it's important to tell every person out there, or any woman out there, that it's okay to be yourself. It's so important that we have to understand that we're all different. There's no one like me. There's no one that looks like me. I am the best version of who I can be. So with Miss Diva Mom, it's important that we create a platform of women that are strong in mind, soul and body. And what I also feel that one needs to understand about being a Miss Diva Mom is that we all have our different strengths as women. And there is no one like Magdalene, there's no one like Xavier, and there's no one like yourself. So we should stop comparing one another as women and start celebrating each other's strengths and grace and elegance that comes with motherhood. Because if you look at moms in general, we neglect ourselves because a mom, whether you're single or married, you always put your family first, and then many years later you realize that I need to start living for myself now, and sometimes it's even too late. But what we are saying as Diva Mom, age is but just a number, and so is your beauty. It's time for you to claim back your spotlight and to redefine who you are as a mother. Thank you.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Janine, for sharing your views on Diva and your expectations. There's one question that I would like to ask you is, Diva Moms, we've got our finalists. Is that do you still encourage women to join Diva Mom? Is there still an opportunity for women to enter into the pageant?
Yes, we are open for registration, and we invite all women between the age of 21 to 60 to enter. There's still space available. So I encourage all women out there, this is your time to shine, claim back your spotlight. It's all about claiming back and putting on your crown. You know, the crown that you put aside because you wanted to be a good mother and you wanted to raise your kids, and then you stop living for yourself. It's time that you take that crown and put it on and say, this is my time to claim back who I'm supposed to be as a mom.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Janine. And I think for any woman that still wants to be part of our journey for Diva Mom, please join in. The perception that we have around being in a beauty pageant has sent a wrong message out onto the world. And I want to bring in Magdalene, our motivational speaker. Can you please tell us, as a motivational speaker, being on the Diva Mom panel, what advice can you give women? Why should they enter? Why is it important that any woman should be part of this journey?
Thank you. I think mostly it begins with how you see yourself as a woman. And because society has maybe expectations that a woman should behave in this kind of way, that is where most of our issues come from. Growing up, you are told that you need to behave in this way. We are like, I'm not blaming parents because they didn't know, but there's that thing that when you are at home, when we were growing up, our parents grew up like they had a traditional way of disciplining us. In other way, they were also silencing us without them knowing. They made us shrink. I'm not saying all of us, but some were made to shrink as women. You grow up being bubbly. When you're playing out there, they're like, you're making noise, all those kind of things.
Kids should be seen, not heard.
Yes, you end up thinking that, okay, maybe I'm not supposed to put myself out there, present myself as this lovely, bubbly child. So we grew up like fearing or being scared to say, I want to do this, because sometimes you like don't have anyone to talk to. So that courage or that confidence, we were never told that no, you can do all things. Instead, the message was that was sent to us was like, I stopped that. Like me, they grew up telling me, I think they thought maybe it's a control measure. They were always saying to me, no, you are not beautiful. Who do you think you are? Look at your body shaming me. Whereas they didn't know the trauma that they were causing. I do not blame them. They didn't know. But it took a lot of work for me to work and relearn as to what they were saying. I had to do that work myself when I was old. Like I had to stay in my marriage for 20 years. Whereas I didn't feel loved. But just because society expects a woman to stay there, and you also do not have a voice, you don't know who to talk to. So those kind of experiences that we go through, they break us. They make us look weak. We lose ourselves. We lose our self-confidence. Then we end up you stay in your corner thinking, maybe I just deserve to sit here and not go out there and show who I am. Up until the person who helped me was my sister, because she said to me, I think you need to get professional help, because I looked sickly. I think sometimes I just need to bring my pictures so that you can see how I looked. But it was through therapy and coaching that I discovered the woman that I am today. I managed to say, no, enough is enough. I grew up being this bubbly girl. You name them, talk about the stage, talk about the dancing. I grew up doing all those things, but somewhere along the way, I lost myself.
So if you say now that you've lost yourself and you were a bubbly woman and then you got married and then all of a sudden you've changed, you become a different person. What advice would you give any woman to be true to themselves, to love themselves, to stand tall and be the true authentic self? What advice would you give that woman?
The advice is, I think we need to start from a very early age, like what Janine was saying. That when we're raising them, we need to always tell them how beautiful they are. We need to let them know how the power that they have as women. I always say that we are population creators. There is no this world without us. Yes, they plant the seed, but if we were not here, the seeds won't grow, or we won't have generations. But because we are the ones, we have the womb. The womb is our power. So if we start from early age, we teach them who they are. We teach them the power that they have. We teach them to show up for themselves, not to dim their lights. We shouldn't let them dim their lights, because when we dim their lights at home, a home is a safe space where they are supposed to be. But when a child is talking back, we like, he or she is being disrespectful. But if you teach them that We sit down and discuss issues. We set boundaries. We show them who they are. We allow them to shine at home. Then they'll be able to shine out there. Outside their home, they'll be able to stand up for themselves. They won't be bullied. But if you as a mother, if us as mothers, we are dimming their lights at home, they won't be able to shine out there.
Wow, awesome. Thank you so much, Magdalene, and thank you. We are teaching our children from small to start loving themselves, to embrace who they are. And I think it's also very important that parents know and people know that you need to say positive words to that small child, because that is how you start shaping them in becoming a beautiful woman in what we expect women to be in today's world. Thank you so much, Magdalene. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, and thank you for being on the podcast as our motivational speaker for Diva Mom. I want to have a discussion with Xavier, which is our beauty pageant finalist. Please tell us what encouraged you and motivated you to be part of the Miss Diva Mom.
Thank you for the question. Okay, my daughter has been wanting to, and actually everybody tells me to enroll my daughter as a model. And because I feel as a mother that I think she's not ready. Maybe I'm wrong when I say that, but I think that she's not ready. And with the school work and all those kind of things, I really don't want to put the pressure on her, right? And I'm also worried if she'll be able to multitask. Then I decided, okay, I heard Gilbert talking about it last year, and as a single mother, proud single mother, for my child, my daughter, like I said, I have 2 children, so I am a mother of 2 children. I want to lay a good platform for these children, because as I grew up, I was an introvert. I was very quiet. I didn't talk. I can say maybe they bullied me, but not. Okay, my mother was a strict mom, so I thought my mother bullied us while raising us. I think when your mother is strict, you feel like your parents bullied you. So that made me a very quiet person, and I've been quiet. So I don't want my daughter to grow up like that. So I decided to become a diva mom, because I've been playing this role as a mom for 16 years now. My daughter is 16 years old, and
when you started at Diva Mom, I've seen since you were sashed a few weeks ago. What have you been doing with taking your Diva Mom finalist status further? What have you done?
All right, I don't want to lie, I'm very excited. Doing this journey, I am so excited. All right, so when I received my sash, luckily there was a June 16 Youth Day, and but immediately when I received the sash on our meet and greet, right, all those photos came out and people complimented me. Immediately on that Saturday night, I received a call from a lady, one of my friends. She is a model in Soweto. She won Mrs. Soweto last year, so she's running for 2023 to 2024. Immediately when she saw my opportunity, she was like, Choma, you need to come to Soweto, and can you please get a day off from work and become a judge, because they're having this modeling for old people for Youth Day celebration. And I asked my boss, can I please get a Friday off? On Friday I went to Soweto, and I became a judge. For the first time, I was worried what kind of questions I'm going to ask the people. But then questions were given to me to ask them. And then I became a supermodel, asking questions. asking questions, and it was exciting. Guys, I felt like a real model, not knowing that I just felt like a supermodel.
Confidence, you had confidence, you feel
You felt like a diva mom.
I felt
Diva
like a diva
mom.
mom. All right, and then there was in Eden Park, there was a there was a Youth Day celebration in Eden Park where different activities took place, like your netball, soccer, beauty pageants also took place on the day. Different activities. I met a Raw Foundation, or everybody with a business in Eden Park could have exposed their business in the park. And then I took my sash with me because I am a coordinator and like I liaise and organize netball in Eden Park since 2020. So and then I decided that is the platform that I'm used to the park. I stay opposite the park. So but now I have this beautiful sash to put the cherry on top and make it beautiful.
Wow. One question I'd like to ask you, Xavier, is that what confidence did that sash give you? What difference? How do you feel? How do you feel about yourself since you've started Diva Mom?
All right, okay, I do understand your question since I started Diva Mom, but I just want to go a few years back into my life. Right, I was married and I got divorced, and I think every divorced person will know how down and out life puts you. So you need to pick up the pieces. You know, you need to explain. People, I don't know the people part. As when you look at people, you feel like a failure because no one got married to get divorced.
Yeah.
And you always want to hide and I don't know, you don't want to face people. In that situation, I also became suicidal. And yeah, but my sisters always used to talk to me, and our mom was a very strong person, but I wasn't. I think in our family I wasn't strong. I was just very quiet, and I always wanted to hide. Even now, I just stay in the house. I don't go out. I am just hiding. I don't know why. But then Miss Diva Mom came along. And I am a mom. I'm a mom to two beautiful children. And I am so excited to say that I became my dad's mom. My dad is 80 years old, and I became his mom because he likes to say, you are my mother, because I am became the mother figure in the house. So what made me confident is I'm already a mom. This is just a sash where I represent a beauty pageant, right? So I have beauty, I am a mom, I am a friend, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter. So before I decided to do the Diva Mom pageant, I asked Janine, I am not well built at the current moment. I could jump and I am not confident. So Janine said, you know what, every person is individually defined. Am I right when I say that? So we are individually defined. As mothers, we need to pick up our crowns and wear it with confidence, no matter what. Because as we grew up, we didn't know. You know, when you raise that child, when you bring this child into the world, did you know how to raise a child? No, but then we had to learn, be confident, and practice make perfect, and that's how I became a confident mom in my life.
Absolutely.
Can I just also, if you'll allow me,
Please.
to step into the question that you asked about the whole purpose behind Diva Mom. And I think what Xavier alluded is so important is that most women lack self-confidence. And even if I go back into my life and look at my journey, I also was a person that had a lot a lot, suffering a lot of self-confidence because I always wondered what the next person is going to say about how I look, how I dress, how I speak, right? And as a result is you lose your true identity as a woman because you so much focus on the opinion of others. So all I can say now is with what's happening with Miss Diva Mom, we're allowing women to come onto the platform so that we can help them to restore and to claim back what was stolen from them as women. You know, their strength, their courage, their self-empowerment. You know, all those things are so important because that's what makes us as women is our inner being, right? And like we are saying is that we are beautiful beyond our sash. And it's time that we claim back as women what the enemy has stolen from us. And that is the power, like you said, Magdalene, the power that we have as women that's within us to claim back and redefine who we are as women.
Well, thank you so much, Xavier. Thanks, Janine. My question would have been to you is, after speaking to Xavier, is people's perception. We all think about what people think about us. What are people going to say? If you look at beauty pageant, everybody thinks beauty pageant, you need to be beautiful, you need to be thin, you need to be slim, you need to have clothes, you need to look beautiful. What does Miss Diva Mom represent? Number one. First question, what does it represent? Is it must you be beautiful to enter?
Okay, what Diva Mom represent is being yourself.
Confidence. You need to have confidence in yourself.
Being yourself regardless how people see you. We all are differently shaped. We're all uniquely shaped. And what I always say is that where we go wrong as society is that we label people on the outside. And you find we have so much strength within us, beauty within us, and because you are a little bit overweight and you're a little bit not the color that everybody's supposed to be, you're now being portrayed as not beautiful. So it is a perception that's created by society, and as Diva Mom we want to block and reclaim the myth to say that every woman is beautiful regardless her race, a culture, her religion, or even like you said, body shaming is a big thing on social media these days. And it's horrible when you see what's happening on social media. And with being the director for Diva Mom, I, for one, look after myself. I choose to look after myself. Nobody can look like me because there is things that I do that somebody else might not do, right? So we must stop comparing ourselves to one another because we are uniquely formed. And your strengths are your strengths and my strengths are my strengths. And I think where we go wrong as women is that we look at the magazines and we see this filtering, because there's filtering happening with your skin, with your body. Those pictures are perfect pictures. And that's what it's portrayed out there to our youth and to our youngsters. They want to look like the ladies in the magazine. And that's all a lie. That's not true. So as Diva Moms, we are saying is, be your natural self. Love yourself just the way you are. And do not let anybody tell you that you're not good enough.
Thank you so much, Janine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so important that we need to love ourselves. And the minute you start loving yourself and the minute you show up with confidence, you'll find that people that is not genuine in your life will normally criticize who you are.
That's true.
Am I right?
You are absolutely right.
And what advice would you give Magdalene, to any woman that is struggling with showing up as their true self? Why is it important that you need to show up as your true self?
Thank you so much, Madeline. Hey, now you came to my area with expertise. You know, when you lack self-love, and self-love, when we talk about self-love, you might think, Ori, it's something easy. It is not easy to love yourself, because growing up, what we are told is that you must get someone to love you, then life is complete with that someone that you get. However, I only learned about self-love recently. I didn't know that there was anything called self-love in this world. But then I love reading. I love to research. I had to find myself. Finding yourself is part of self-love. Self-love is doing the work inside. Fortunately, the time I was still thinking about my divorce, I was so frustrated. I really didn't know where to start. Fortunately, I landed up in one of a social media platform, and there was a group of divorce club. There was a divorce club. It was comprised of mostly social workers and psychologists. They said something that I didn't understand. They said, immediately after divorce, you need to take time to do the work. Work on you first. So I didn't understand, because I thought that after divorce, I must also get someone else who's gonna come and be my partner. However, I learned that, but they said immediately when you get out of there, you're gonna attract the very same person that you were running away from. So did I listen? I had to burn first before I went back and said, oh, okay, then let me learn more about self-love. Self-love is so beautiful. It's amazing. Just to tap within you, to discover who you are. I always say, there's a teaching by Miles Monroe, the self-love. He said, the most powerful relationship that you can have is the relationship with yourself.
Wow.
Not with other people. Just knowing that, okay, today I just want to relax. I want to take myself out. Just being there for yourself. Be there for yourself. Discover who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, they will always tell you who you are. Then it comes to that thing that they will say, but you are fat. To me, as a village girl, they say even now, she can't even fluently speak English, but I show up for myself. I don't care what the other person is saying. As long as I tell myself that I want to do something, I go out and do it. I've won competition, speaking competition, because I now know who I am. I even know boundaries. I know, like Janine, what you're saying, that you need to know who you are bringing into your space. You cannot just let anyone into your space. You need to love yourself first. Then when you discover yourself and love yourself, then you will be able to know how to love others. But if you lack self-love, then you won't be able to love others.
Wow. I think the love language nowadays and recently has always been self-love. And it's a very difficult love, because it must be given to yourself, because you need to love yourself. And I want to ask Janine a question. I'm looking at this beautiful woman. I mean, you look at Janine, she looks like she's in her 30s. And you cannot believe that Janine is already a woman over the age of 50. She is living her life, she's enjoying her life, and she really, really enjoys her life. What values do you live by?
Thank you so much. I think that's a very, very important question. We all have values and principles that we live by. And for me is that when you know the truth, stick by the truth. Stick with the truth. The truth shall set you free. And the reason why I'm saying this is that I'm just gonna take you a little bit back. I was also married. I'm divorced, and if I go back, is that I knew the truth then. I knew that abuse was wrong. I knew that when your husband cheat on you, it was wrong. But I lost my values and principles, and his behavior became a norm. It was okay. For 14 years, it was okay for him to treat me bad. It was okay for him to abuse me. It was okay for him to abuse our children. And when you lose your true identity as a woman because of your circumstances, life has taught me lessons that I will never forget. Never, never, never compromise yourself for the truth. The truth shall prevail. If you know something is wrong and you define it as right, you are not living by your values and principles. The truth shall set you free. That's why I look the way I look, because I had to find myself. I had to go back to the drawing board and say, where did I go wrong as a wife, as a mother? And I had to also bring God into the center of my life and say, God, without you, I am nothing. So I had to change all that. We all have values and principles, but sometimes we lose them along the way. And these are values that our parents taught us. Mom and Dad is married for 58 years this year. And a strong foundation, the love that they have for one another. And that's the love that I wanted to portray for my family. And I dismally feel that I failed my first marriage. And the values and the principles that I've learned from my mistakes made me a better person today. I think the things that I'm doing now, I was supposed to do in my 30s. And maybe even in my 40s, but I'm doing it in my 50s. And I'm saying that I decided to rewrite my story. And nobody's going to stand in my way. This is just the beginning. Diva Mom is just the beginning for me. Gym Girls is just the beginning for me. I want to make my story heard. And like you said earlier, we are here to fulfill our purpose and we are here to serve. And as the director for Miss Diva Mom, that's what my vision is for Diva Mom, is to empower women, to make them find their worth, their values that somehow they lost along the way, and to say it's time, girls, moms, that you pick up your crowns and become the best version of yourself.
Amen. That's powerful.
Powerful.
We mentioned earlier on when we were sitting at the table and we spoke about our youth of today, our young girls of today. I'm a mom of a teenage girl, and I'm trying my utmost best to make my daughter love herself, to fall in love with every part of her, to be true to who she is, because I feel if a woman shows up with confidence, your beauty means nothing. That confidence is very important. Thank you so much, Janine. There's a question I would like to ask Xavier, post Xavier. You mentioned earlier on that when you came onto the Miss Diva journey, you felt so good about yourself. You even looking after your health. How did you feel?
I am very excited. I've been going to the gym, like the discussion go now, that after divorce, right? But we are athletes from school, né? So, but I think at some point you fall out of it and go to work. And after my divorce, I also started gymming, and I started feeling confident about myself. And I keep myself busy with netball and cycling, because last year I started cycling, even bought myself a beautiful bike, to work on my self-esteem, because in life if you don't take care of yourself, honestly, who's going to take care of you? So to be able to take care of or give to the next person, you need to start taking care of yourself, and then you'll be able to take better care of daddy and the children, right or wrong. So that is why I feel confident, and I've always loved myself. I always loved myself, and
No, awesome. You've always loved yourself, and you've started doing reflection on yourself, who you are, and I mean you've started wearing high heels. How does it feel now to be a diva mom in high heels?
the heels, wow, guys. Okay, the heels. Guys, when I was younger, I used to wear high heels. I used to wear short skirts and all these things. But I think at some point you just, I don't know, do we grow out of it or old or what? I don't know. But can I tell you, when you turn 40, I'm 44 years old, right? Or 44 years young. I'm 44 years old. And at this stage, I need to start to learn to walk on heels as a baby start to walk, because I can't walk on these heels. I don't know. Am I, like when I'm alone, you ask yourself, am I too big? Why do I struggle to walk on these heels? When you try to cross your legs, it doesn't come easy because this body has grown bigger. Do you understand? But I am comfortable the way I am, and I love myself the way I am. Someone earlier asked me, are you not going to cover all your these are beauty spots, guys, and I love them. Do you understand? Because I cannot put more and more makeup. The other day, my sister was even asking, why in the beauty industry, in beauty pageants, do you have to wear makeup? Because she feels like, okay, it's a discussion that we just had at home. As a young Miss Class girl, because I think they started at the age of 6, right? Mm-hmm. As a young Miss Class girl, they start wearing makeup at that age because they are in doing beauty pageants. How does that child going to be confident with herself without the makeup? Because when you're on stage, you're this beautiful person, and when you have to go to school, you don't wear the makeup anymore. Then you become the ugly duck. But there are children that knows the difference. When they are at school, they need to be their normal self. And when they go to the beauty pageant, we just we fix our crowns as ladies. We fix our crowns and we put makeup, and then we have to look beautiful. So it doesn't mean that like tomorrow, guys, I'm not wearing these heels tomorrow to work. I'll just be my old self again. But it's the role that we have to play. And you need to change. You need to be able to how can I put this? You need to be able to change. Do you understand? Be Miss Diva Mom now. I must be mommy.
Yeah.
A little
you put
bit
different
later.
hats on. You put different hats on. I'm a diva mom. I'm a mom. I'm at work.
You need to be at work. You need to be a sister. You need to clean. I can't clean with these shoes, right? I can't go and clean with this dress. And then I need to become my old Xavier at home with a duck and clean again. And when I become Miss Diva Mom again, and then I put on my sash and my crown, and off I go.
But you must admit, by wearing high heels, you do feel sexy, isn't it?
Guys,
and beautiful.
You must see my walk. It has changed. I walk differently.
More confident.
I'm more confident. Can I tell you, I'm going to do this more often. So with more practice, I'll become perfect. So by the time the final, or whenever we have to wear these heels again, I'm going to be a better Miss Diva Mom.
You're going to have more confidence, because that is what Miss Diva Mom is all about.
Yes.
I mean, Miss Diva Mom is about being confident, falling in love with yourself, be true to who you are. Show people the you. Show people you. Am I right,
Yes,
Janine?
definitely.
Yes.
You're definitely correct, Madeline. And what's also, what you just mentioned, the issue of makeup, is that say it is what it is. We don't wear makeup when we're at home, and we do not change our crowns. I always say is whether I'm with makeup or without makeup, I still proudly wear my crown because that's who I am. And the makeup makes us beautiful, yes, and the lashes, what can we say? They make us beautiful, and yeah, and a little bit of makeup doesn't bring no harm to the mind, body, and spirit. It just embraces our beauty, and there's nothing wrong with wearing makeup.
It brings out the beauty in you, and you fall in love with what you've seen, the reflection of yourself that is showing back to you and who you are. It just enhances your beauty. So I think it's a lot of people are thinking that you are a completely different person. I'm just the same package. I'm the same person. I've just enhanced it.
Like I'm the same Xavier at home and on the netball court, on my bicycle, at work. I'm the same person. Maybe it's just the clothes that are changing, right? Because everybody has different clothes for every occasion, right or wrong. Because I cannot go to the gym with this dress. It won't be comfortable. So the way we dress, it's the way we feel comfortable, right or wrong. Yes.
And thank you, Xavier. A question I want to just post before I get to you, Magdalene, to Janine, is that when you are in a beauty pageant, obviously you are working with a lot of different personalities. Have you ever had a challenge with a lady that went through a difficult thing, a difficult stage of her life, or maybe her behavior has changed? How do you correct that behavior? How do you encourage and motivate the person to still be part of the team? You're working with a whole lot of personalities, 10 ladies, and you've noticed that one person is not the same, or the same person she was when she was on. How do you deal with the different personalities, and how do you correct the behavior?
I think that question is so relevant to any beauty pageant that's hosted. And I think as the director for Miss Diva Mom, observation plays a very, very important role. And that's why we have the meet and greets where we meet the ladies and the contestants interact with one another. And as the director, there's a lot of observation that take place, and that's also one area that we emphasize on, because I know with beauty pageants there's a lot of backbiting amongst the girls and jealousy. It happens, it's normal, because there's always somebody beautiful than other ones, and there's a lot of ladies, especially among the youngsters, is that it's important that you workshop your contestants. And I think what we've done with the meet and greet to bring the motivational speakers on, where we workshopped our ladies and prepare them for beauty, and to understand that we are beyond our sashes. At the end of the day, they're all contestants, and they're here to compete against one another. And I'm mentioning the word competition. It's a beauty pageant, but it's a beauty competition where ladies showcase their beauty, not only their beauty, but they share their talents and their gifts. And that's why it's important, as the director for Diva Moms, that we have events during the whole process of Miss Diva Mom to prepare our contestants, and also to help them for those that are going through difficult times, which we have different workshops for the ladies to empower themselves and to deal with stress management, and to deal, I think one issue that we always lack is self-management as women, and I think that's something that we are bringing about with Diva Mom, and even in our workshop, is to teach our women, because our women range from the age of 21 to 60, is to believe in self-development, right? And self-management, because if you can manage your time and if you can manage your behavior and your attitude, you'll be able to get through the day. So going back to your question is, how do I deal with contestants that are a bit off? It's important that I'm available through all the workshops. There is observations, because that's how we also look at our best performing contestants, because at the finals there are different awards. There are different awards for outstanding interacting with. There's an award for interacting with your fellow contestants. That's the award for best dress. There's an award for Miss Personality. There's an award for Miss Catwalk. So through the observation, that's how we earmark those awards. So it's important as the director for the pageant that you observe the process and you interact with your contestants. And I think that's how we deal with challenges that we have with contestants during that process.
Awesome, actually, awesome. Thank you, Janine. Magdalene, you know, there's a poem from Marianne Williamson, Our Deepest Fear.
Okay.
And I love the introduction of it, where it says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frighten us. And I think that is so true.
That is true.
That it is the light and the power that we have, that we are so scared of becoming a better version of ourselves. And when we were at the meet and greet, your speech was absolutely powerful. And it really encouraged me of this village girl that come all the way from Limpopo. She came to Johannesburg and she became this beautiful, strong powerhouse. I would say powerhouse, because that is what I've seen you as, a powerhouse on the day of our meet and greet. What I want to ask you, I want you to tell us, what in the day of the life, give us a day in the life of this powerhouse. What are you doing? Tell us about your day, your week. Tell us.
My day, thank you, Madeline. My day starts at 4 o'clock. 4 to half 4. It's about the time with me and God. So where I connect to my higher source. That is my time where we have a talk. I always say God is my friend, because he's the only one who knows the authentic, the true me. So between that time is me and God. After that, the other 30 minutes, I am still at school. Remember, 20-year Magdalene went into 21. I was already in a relationship with my then ex-husband. Then 23, I was married. Focused on marriage, the kids and what. Focused on other things. I got busy. So I went back to school. I'm busy studying psychology. It's my final year. I also have Toastmasters. I need to write speeches every second Tuesday I go there. So I alternate. It's 5 o'clock now. 5 o'clock is my yoga time. Yoga, stomach exercises. I do light exercises because of some health issues. Then I start with preparing for work. When I'm at work, it's work. Janine will tell you how busy we are. Work. The whole day. I love to serve. There's nothing fulfilling to me that someone comes into my office, then that person leaves the office smiling. It's that is where I get my power from. I read a lot. I love reading. When I knock off, now because it's winter, I have excuses. I don't want to go to the gym. But when I knock off, I usually knock off around 5 because of the admin work that we do. Then I go to the gym. Gym for an hour, that is my day. After that, it's 30 minutes of reading. I attend therapy. I attend coaching. That is where I'm being held accountable from all sides. When I go to therapy, then we talk about how I feel. You have to check in. When we talk about love, you need to know how your body is feeling. When you eat, I also learned, Janine, that even the food that you eat, it's also part, like you're saying, it's part of self-love. You need to know that, how your body is reacting to the food that you eat. So all these three, your physical being, your emotional being, and your soul, they all needs to be taken care of, or else you're going to lose yourself. The moment you miss one, then you're not taking care of yourself. So with me, it's if you say you cannot do it, then you just say, go and do it. If you say she's not going to do it, I'll prove you wrong. So I have learned that it's all about me. And I also have to show, I have 2 sons. I have to show them how to survive. I don't want them always to be on a survival mode. I want them to be present at all times.
Present at all times.
At all times, you need to know what you're doing. You need to pay attention to your surroundings. You need to be present at all times. And also check in with your emotions. How am I feeling now? What is causing it? Then that is where you discover, okay, I have this incomplete work that I need to do. So this is my day, every day.
From what you went through when you were taking us through the journey of your day and what is the day in the life of Magdalene. You've mentioned that you do you're a Toastmaster, you do a motivational speaker, you are a court manager. Give us one of your success stories. What if you felt that so proud of yourself that, this is what Magdalene achieved in life?
I joined Toastmasters just late, I think after June last year. What I love about that platform is that it's a safe platform. That is where you're encouraged. We craft our public speaking, your confidence. It's like now you give me the stage, it's so easy for me to stand and talk. And they also have the pathways, the educational pathways, where they teach you how to write your speeches and all those things. So this year, in January, I told you, me and Bragod are like this. So when this year started, I said to him, Marana, I want to go to Toastmasters contest. The competition in most cases starts at the club level. I was so shocked when they announced that I'm going to represent our club.
Wow.
I went there. I worked so hard with my coach. We worked so hard. I won the first contest. I was over the moon.
Wow, that's awesome.
I was over the moon. I went to the second one. I was number 2. Then there was a conference, like a district conference, a Southern African district conference. I entered the storytelling competition and I was number 2.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I'm like,
that's why I said she's a powerhouse.
Yo, girl, you can just do anything in this world. So women out there, I'm telling you, no matter what they say, if you want something, go after it. It's possible. I'm a living proof. I'm a living testimony. I'm even going to enter Miss Diva. I'm going to win it. I'm telling you. Watch out.
This is awesome. So another question I'd like to ask you, Magdalene, is that one day, what legacy do you want to leave behind? What do you want people to remember you by?
I want people, I call myself a healer. I'm not a spiritual healer. I am not a doctor, but I have the power just to unleash the power within someone so that that person, that question that you asked Janine, as to how do you help someone that is like feeling maybe a bit down, or someone who is losing hope,
Who's struggling during
who
this?
is struggling with life? I have just that power to just tell them that no, even if I'm not saying a lot of words, or even if I'm not saying a lot of things, because I'm very much careful with what I tell person, just to sit with that person to say, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna it's going to be okay. Just step within yourself. Ask yourself, who am I? And I'm telling you, it's going to be, no matter what you're going through, people should just know it's okay. It's going to be okay. As long as you just tell yourself that I'm not going to give up. There's nothing impossible in this world. It's okay. It's going to be okay. People should just know whatever you're going through. It might be hard. You might feel like this is your last day. But let me tell you, if God is still saying that it is not your last day, if you wake up the next day, get up. Just get up. Dust yourself. Doesn't matter what Janine says. It doesn't matter what the other. Doesn't matter if your bank account is minus. If I tell you what happened today, you're not gonna believe it. Or my son paid for my for my hair installation today. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, when you see me, you might see me as someone who's got it all. There are challenges. There are things that we're still gonna go through. But just get up. For me, it's about just holding someone's hand. If we see someone struggling, guys, let's stop this thing of judging people, of kicking them when they are down there. Just tell them, hold their hand and say it's okay, it's gonna be okay. Just one step at a time, and it's gonna be okay.
It's so important, and thank you for Magdalene for sharing that. And I say that I want to sit around women, and I want to create a platform for women that help one another. I mean, I'm there to fix your crown. We want to create a platform for women where if you feel down today, we encourage you. We don't drag you down or make you feel less than who you are. We build each other up. And that's why I feel that Miss Diva Mom, Janine, it's not just about being beautiful. Miss Diva Mom, you'll gain so much out of being part of the journey of being a Diva Mom. I mean, our motivational speaker is so motivated and encouraged. She wants to be one of the finalists.
And I welcome her. I am going to remind her to register. I'm going to share the link.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a wrap for us. I have really, really enjoyed our discussions, our about women of today and who we are, and about what Diva Mom represents. And it was an absolutely amazing spending time with these beautiful ladies, and I want to thank Xavier, I want to thank Janine, and I want to thank Magdalene for being part of this. You guys were absolutely beautiful. I've enjoyed the session with you. I've enjoyed your confidence, and there's a lot of learnings that we're going to take away from this meeting tonight, and we want to encourage women out there. If you want to be part of the Miss Diva Mom journey, please get hold of us, get in contact with us, because we need to raise women that's got confidence. We need to raise women that fall in love with themselves. I mean, fall in love with every single broken piece of you. We've got you. We've got you, girl. We've got you covered. If you need motivation, we've got you covered. If you need advice on how to look after yourself, we've got you covered, girl. We are a group of women that believe in ourselves, and we want you to believe in yourself as well. Thank you so much.
Yay.